What are your guiding principles? Do you even have any? Do you know what they are? Can you define them and tell me what they are? Hi, my name is Tanner Thorpe. I'm a public speaker and faith-based authenticity coach. And it was discovering my guiding principles that led me on my journey to find my true authentic self and to really start working towards my purpose and bringing myself into alignment. My very first guiding principle, which is now actually my third, happened to me very early in my life. There were some unfortunate things that had happened to me, and I recognized that people are limited by their belief systems and their understanding of what they do as right or wrong. And I had to forgive someone who hurt me very, very badly. But by the grace of God, He put it on my heart that hurt wasn't mine to hold on to. I tell my kids all the time that I have a superpower. And I do. It's forgiveness. Forgiveness is a superpower, and it is one of my guiding principles in my life. The ability to forgive has changed who I am. Intrinsically, deeply, to a soul level. Now, it doesn't mean that I'm not still angry at people. Doesn't mean that there aren't moments where that hurt comes back, but I've forgiven. And I know that I can let that go. And it's difficult at times. It really is. We've all been through a lot of hurt. No one gets out of this life alive. And guaranteed you're going to have hurts that happen. But how are you going to hang on to them? Right? There's been wonderful people in my life that have hurt me, ended friendships. They've come back later. I've been able to look at them with honesty and sincerity in my heart and say, you know what? I forgive you. What are your guiding principles? My number one guiding principle is that you can't control the first thought that comes into your head, but you can control the second. You can't control that first thought that comes into your head. We live in a world that is hardwired to judge. Our personalities aren't even really our personalities. They're a construct of the experiences that we've had in our life and how we interpret those experiences. Once we start to realize that first thought, I don't have to think that thought. I don't have to believe that thought is true. I can start deconstructing whether it aligns with my belief systems, whether it's something that I was raised to believe that may not be true. And I can challenge that. We live in a social age where everybody is showing you who they are or who they want you to believe they are. Right? I am a broken and flawed individual, but I'm authentic and I've done a lot of work towards it. And I want to help you do that same work. I want to help you discover your guiding principles. I want to help you recognize that you don't have to think that first thought. You can't control it. So don't let it control you. And I'll be honest, right? This is my number one guiding principle in my life. Sometimes I don't catch it on the first thought. Sometimes I don't catch it until I'm way down a rabbit hole, 453 thoughts in. But I catch it. Eventually I catch it and go, Tanner, is that really how I feel? Is that really what I believe? Am I falling back into old patterns and negative thinking? Only I can determine that. And only by doing the deep work will I know. And my other guiding principle in my life is that unexpressed needs rarely get met. Unexpressed needs rarely get met. Now, sometimes the moon and stars will align, and without you saying what you really need, it'll drop in your lap. But very, very rarely. If you are unhappy in your life, if you are unhappy with yourself, you need to be looking at what your needs are. And you need to be looking at, are you authentically expressing them? Are you honestly expressing them? I believe that the furthest distance known to man The James Webb Telescope can't even pick it up. It's the distance between the counter and the sink for dirty dishes and a teenager. But if you're not telling your teenager that you want them to put the dishes in the sink and rinse them off, well then, how can you get mad at them? They don't know your needs. It is your responsibility, it is my responsibility to express my needs honestly and authentically, and to also recognize that not everyone needs to meet my needs. The best people in my life, my small circle, they will tell me if my needs are out of line. They will tell me if they can't meet them. They will tell me if they can't meet them right now, but hope to meet them in the future. But they can only tell me that because we've built trust, and I express authentically and honestly. If you'd like to learn more about your guiding principles, I'd love to help you. Head on over to tannerthorpe.com and go forth and do great things.